I'm doing some Elsevier Adaptive Quizzes. If you get questions wrong, they start giving you easier ones. I learn a little bit and I just keep going and I just keep swimming like Dory. I'm always talking about how I am learning a lot in nursing school and also that they talk above my head. So I wanted to show you an example of that. I'm doing some Elsevier Adaptive Quizzes. Now, apparently Elsevier's like a thing, a program a lot of nursing schools use, but I think it's just like a brand of nursing test questions or something, quiz questions. Anyways, they're really helpful. And I think maybe if you get questions wrong, they start giving you easier ones. If you get them right, they start giving you harder ones like the NCLEX, these adaptive quizzes, but I'm not sure, but I think that's why they're called Elsevier Adaptive Quizzing. We're just graded on completion for these, so we have to do them, but I'm pretty sure there's no grade on if you get them right or wrong, so it's not high stress. I do know when I finish them, they usually say passed, and I think one time it said not passed, but I still got points. And passed, it might just mean you get more than 50% right. These are really hard questions. So here's an example. I'm in my first term of 4 terms for the ABSN program, and here's an example of a question on here. The patient is prescribed an angiotensin converting enzyme, or ACE, inhibitor for the treatment of heart failure, HF. Which mechanism will this medication block? And here are my choices. The secretion of aldosterone, conversion of prorenin to renin, conversion of angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2, or conversion of angiotensin into angiotensin 1. You can see there's a lot of big words. I don't understand most of this, but I did recently read ACE inhibitors convert angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. And I don't really know what that means yet, but I keep seeing it enough. Eventually I'm going to learn. I, for the first time, was smart enough to notice ACE, angiotensin converting enzyme. I've been reading about ACE inhibitors for the last couple of weeks, and I just now caught that. Guys, we have so much stuff go in and out of our heads, it's hard to catch everything. That's definitely going to help me remember this, because I only remembered it because I just read it or saw it not too long ago. But then, whether you get it right or wrong, it'll tell you what the right answer is. Now, what I love about these Elsevier quizzes, it will give you the rationale. And you know what? I don't understand what most of this means, but I still read it out loud to myself, and I learn stuff from reading these rationales. A lot of times it helps me answer another question right. And you know, eventually I'm gonna be able to read something like this and understand all of what it means. It's confusing, but I just read them out loud and I catch a little bit of it. I learn a little bit and I just keep going and I just keep swimming like Dory. And gradually more and more of it sticks in my head. I could look up what the juxtaglomerular cells are. I'm a little curious right now. I'm pretty sure they're kidney cells, but I don't have enough time to. I have too much stuff to do, and I'm trusting the process, and I'm just reading the rationales and going through the questions. And that's something Dr. Westbury, she's one of our professors, she's always like, trust the process. So I'm trusting the process and doing what I have time to do, which first off is the things they tell me to do, which are these quizzes. Well, except for I don't do the reading. I don't think anyone does the reading. I don't think that's helpful to most people. Anyways, that's an example of Elsevier Adaptive Quizzing. It's actually okay. I don't understand what all of it means. It's part of the whole, they talk over my head. But look, I knew the answer to the question. I read the rationale. Someday I will understand it. Let's see what the next question is. Let's see if I understand it. And I get a lot of these wrong. Like you can get, yeah, look at all these tabs. That's Kahoot's questions I want to study. I get a lot of these wrong. You don't have to get all these right though. Like this is a completion grade. It's not on how right you are. So which finding would the nurse monitor in the patient who has left-sided heart failure? I already know left-sided affects your lungs. So that is pulmonary lungs, pulmonary congestion. I know that one. I don't know why it lets you pick these. Like I said, it's a completion grade. It checks it no matter which one of these you pick. Woohoo! oh, I'm so smart. And then I'm going to read this out loud, even though I get it right, because it's a review. And it reviews left-sided heart failure and right-sided heart failure in here. So I'm gonna read it out loud before I go to the next one. I don't get a lot of them right. Sometimes I want to say sometimes I get less than half of them right, but I almost always pass. I think every single one of them, it's that I passed except for one. And even if you don't pass, it's a completion grade. It's not pass or fail. I just know these quizzes make me smarter. Elmhurst doesn't really care if I'm getting the questions right or wrong. They just care that I'm doing this because doing these quizzes and reading these rationales make me smarter. So I like Elsevier Adaptive Quizzing. This little guy, he's my friend. They give you badges in this. Let me see if I can show you the badges. This quiz still has questions. When you're ready, you can resume this quiz. So I'm just going to quit it for now. Let's see if I can see. Look at this. That's just fun. Every once in a while, things pop up. Like if you do a assignment before it's due. I guess if you do an assignment at a crazy late at night time, early in the morning time. Answered 500 questions, 100 questions. Apparently I have not answered 1,000 questions on this thing yet. I will get there. But yeah, it's a fun little thing. It'll tell you how you're doing in different things. Like apparently I've answered no questions on this yet. I haven't answered any questions on most of these yet. I know I have answered questions though. I don't completely understand all of this. It might just be the book it's going through right now because it's not showing. Oh, yeah, look. Hypertension. I've done 18 questions and I've answered 72% correct. Diabetes. I've only done 7 questions, but I answered 85% correct. Complications of diabetes. I answered 13, but only got 46 correct. And if I want to go over a topic again, I can get quizzed again. So, 66%, 46%, those look really bad, but they don't care at Elmhurst. They just want you to keep doing the questions, reading the rationales, and you'll get better. So yeah, that is Elsevier Adaptive Quizzing, if you're wondering what it is. And I like it. I think it's great. I'm going to try to go back to my assignment. Sometimes it is confusing. Like right now, it says I have no assignments due in the next 7 days, but really I do. This one is due, and this one is due. So I'm going to go back to these. I think this has more to do with how the school put them into my computer or put them into the program than Elsevier, but I don't know. It's probably complicated on their part too. That's Elsevier. I'm going to go back to taking my completion quiz. Haha. If you've played with Elsevier Adaptive Quizzing, let me know what you think about it.